Guys, it's time for our review on the Mackie Thump Go. First off, welcome back to the channel here on Jared Gunston TV. Been about a week or so since I posted something, mainly because I've been testing some PAs, testing some speakers, because I like to live with things before. I don't just unbox things and then show them to you unless it's something I know what I'm getting already. Anyway, this is the Mackie Thump Go. You've probably seen it already on YouTube by tons of guys saying DJ speakers, the best DJ speaker, etc. I'm coming to you from a point of view as a musician. Smaller is always better. Quality is important for comfort on stage. When this first arrived, my honest opinion, when I looked at it, I thought it's going to sound MIDI, it's going to sound boxy, there's not going to be any bottom end. If I'm lucky, maybe I can use it as a wedge because it'll probably have some mid-range, which would be good. Truth be told, it did. But it wasn't boxy sounding, and it wasn't low in bottom end. You will be surprised at just how much bottom end this thing pumps out of this tiny little form factor. I'm not too sure on the wattage on these. I think it said 200. Some text over here on whatever the wattage is. The one thing that gets me is the little green LED, which green means you're good to go. If it goes yellow, means your battery is probably below 70. There is another color. What is it? It's all mentioned here. If it goes red, it means charge me, and if it's nothing, then you've got no sound. Sorry, pal. What was the battery life on these? Was it 7 hours? I think it was 7 or 12. Again, text over here how long the battery life is. There is a lot of magic that happens over here on the side. It's got a built-in sort of small mixer. You've got channel 1, channel 2, and a main. When I do my gigs, what I normally do is I'll crank the main and I'll set channel 1 to half. Then we have got some modes over here. Voicing modes is what they call them, basically EQ curves. Music, speech, monitor, sub, and just at the flick of a button, you can see me cycling through them there. Music sounds really good. It's got bottom end. It's nice. Monitor also sounds good on the floor. I was sort of bouncing between the two modes because I couldn't decide which one I preferred. As far as bottom end, I can pick up that it cuts a bit of the bottom end. But when you're using it in combination with a PA, you're getting bottom end from your PA already, left and right of you. So the monitor is sitting at your feet, and all that's doing is creating a bit of clarity in front of you that links your entire sound around you. And this did a stunning job of doing that. We've got an outdoor mode. In my opinion, outdoor mode sounds better. Again, I have scourged YouTube to see what other people have to say about it. They all say they can't hear a difference. I can clearly hear the mids sound like they just scooped just a gentle bit, and the bottom end is just tightened up. Then you got music ducking, and you got feedback eliminator. Music ducking I haven't tested, but according to the blurb, if you plug a mic into channel 1 and you've got music in channel 2, whenever you talk on the mic, it'll bring that music down, and then when you're not talking, it'll bring that music back up. So that is really cool. You've got Bluetooth pair. It looks like I am paired because you can see this little blue button here, because I've actually got it hooked up to my computer for the sound test that you guys will hear shortly. And please give me some comments on the sound test, because I'm trying to come up with a way to show you what they sound like. I know it's impossible because YouTube, microphones, sound of the room versus speakers you're listening to them on. So what I do is I set up a Zoom XY mic, which is pretty much like that, and then I point that at the speaker to give the illusion of ears. So if you had to put headphones on, it's the closest I can get to you actually listening in the room. So that is paired. You can link it to another speaker. And then lastly, we've got overload and battery. And you can see battery is green. Then we got two of the Onyx style XLR inputs, which are both, or also known as combo jacks. Jack and XLR in, jack and XLR in, and then we've got an XLR out through. So if you were maybe running this to a bin. Something to mention, one of the videos I did watch, they did say if you Bluetooth music to this, it does not leave the through. I'm not sure because I don't have bins to test that with. But that is, in a nutshell, the Mackie Thump Go. I could sit here and give you specs and talk about it to my heart's content, but all I can do is tell you I've done 2 shows with it. One of them was indoors, fairly big, probably around 200 people. I had my Thump speaker, 15-inch speakers to the left and right of me. I'll actually put a picture or a video of what that looked like. And the monitor was cool, but I sort of felt like I wasn't getting the bottom end I liked, but I felt that from the PA as well. But I think it had something to do with the venue and where I was set up close to a door, as well as the venue had quite a high roof. So I felt like my bottoms were getting sucked up in that venue. But then I took it to another venue, which was kind of outdoorsy. Again, I'll put some footage of that here. And this, with the Thumps combination, gave me the best feeling I've had performing live since I started doing this, really. I actually cannot tell you how, when I first linked my phone to it and turned it up, I was like, what? The bottom end coming out of this little thing here, it's a good sounding speaker. Another thing is this battery is removable. There are 2 screws at the bottom, like plastic type Phillips screws here, but you can be charging while doing a show. So I think that's quite convenient. I like the thrash type handle. I've mentioned before that I like the thrash handles. These are just killer. And it doesn't weigh a lot. That's it next to my head. Listen to some sound demos of it in the room behind me, just so you can hear through all the different modes, as well as outdoor mode on and off. And for this sound demo, I have set it to half and half, half and half, and I'm using Bluetooth from my laptop, so enjoy. This is a Zoom H1N recorder, picking up stereo sort of like this, to give the illusion of maybe ears, and then I will turn it facing the speaker for you to hear. That is channel volume at 12 o'clock and master volume at 12 o'clock. I'm now going to engage and disengage the outdoor mode, which I think sounds better with it on. It just sweetens up the mid-range slightly. Perhaps if using as a monitor, it might take away mids, losing a bit of clarity, but from a music point of view, it sounds like it tightens the mids up. And lastly, what I want to show you as well is the different modes: music, speech, monitor, and sub mode. Sub, you would need a bin with it. So I don't really know what more I can tell you about the speaker besides the fact that it was able to impress a rocker at heart. I'm not a DJ. A pair of 15s and I go out and I play rock music, not acoustic, but this would work for that as well. I've seen the DJ and the cocktail sort of demo, so go check out on YouTube if that's more what you're into. This definitely is a good speaker if you're looking for a bit of music in a venue and you just want to fill that spot for 2 or 3 hours, or just leave it plugged in. It's a good sounding speaker. Bluetooth and me, we are not the greatest of friends. I don't know how safe I would feel about using my phone to a device, but that's not the device's fault, that's the technology's fault. But it's there. A lot of guys do seem to complain they're maxing out basically their speaker and they still haven't got enough volume for their mic. I did pick this up as well. I don't think this gain gives you enough gain for a microphone to what the speaker is actually capable of. So I'd recommend using a small mixer where you have got your own dedicated gain. You can do a bit of EQ on it if need be, and sending an auxiliary out to this. Then you get the full capabilities of what this is used for. From a marketing point of view, this seems to be do sound anywhere, cocktail sort of thing, ceremonies, all that sort of thing, and that is cool. It will definitely give you quality and it will give you a good reliable battery life for that. But in my world, on the floor with a cable plugged into it, coming from an auxiliary from my mixer, it is just ideal. Sorry Mackie, SA, but this is gonna stay for a while, okay? And one final note I wanted to mention, I am, for the sake of this demo, because I like to stand and talk for these sort of videos, I am using the Mackie EM Wave lavalier system without an actual lav mic and cable. I just wanted to see how well this would work. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this informative. Let me know again about the sound test. Does that work for you guys? Because I want to start filming my sound test like that in the future. Editing guy here, I forgot to mention there is an app where you can control channel 1, channel 2 and your master and save presets, but I'm not the biggest fan of Bluetooth for this sort of thing. So there is an app if that is suited for your needs. See you now. Okay, bye. I will spot you in the next one. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers guys.